What if I told you that the $2 million retirement goal everyone talks about is a distraction? It's a big, scary number that blinds you to the real threat. The real threat isn't inflation. It isn't a market crash. The biggest risk to your financial freedom is an invisible enemy, lifestyle creep, and it's currently draining your retirement fund one small decision at a time. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's validated by financial data. We learned recently that just 1.8% of U.S. households actually have $2 million or more set aside in tax-advantaged retirement accounts. That number shocks most people. But what if the low attainment rate isn't because the math is impossible, but because the underlying psychology is flawed? You are absolutely right to be worried about savings, especially in your prime earning years, your late 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and 60 seconds. You are justified in worrying about becoming a financial burden on your children or outliving your capital. But here is the critical pivot. The lack of savings isn't usually caused by a low income or poor investment returns. It's caused by a silent killer known as lifestyle creep. The real enemy is internal. We all know the feeling. You land a long overdue raise, a significant bonus, or your existing mortgage payment drops slightly as interest rates adjust. You feel instantly justified in expanding your lifestyle. You immediately reward yourself with a bigger house, a nicer car, or fancier, more frequent vacations. The income goes up, but the spending rises in tandem, sometimes even faster. The money you thought you'd save simply vanishes into non-essential upgrades and status symbols. You feel wealthier on paper, the emotional high of the raise is real, but in reality, you've quietly destroyed your ability to achieve financial independence. We must distinguish clearly between perceived wealth and actual retirement readiness. Many households appear wealthy because a big chunk of their net worth is tied up in home equity, often secured by a large, long-term debt. And while owning a home is a massive milestone, home equity doesn't translate into income that you can easily spend. You can't use it to pay bills directly, and selling or borrowing against it comes with significant risks and costs. True retirement security doesn't come from the perceived value of your house. It comes from liquid, invested assets that generate passive income. If you are between 45 and 65, paying attention to lifestyle creep right now is the single most important, controllable decision you can make. If you can stop the bleeding of unnecessary spending, the undeniable math of compounding will finally work for you, not against you. Let's look at the 3 silent assassins of lifestyle creep that prevent most middle-class households from hitting their freedom number. First assassin, the salary illusion. You receive a 10% raise, which should be a clear path to boosting your investment portfolio. Instead, you feel instantly justified in consuming the entire difference. You upgrade your car insurance plan, you subscribe to premium meal kits, or you decide the kids need the latest tech gadgets purely because the money is now available. The race often comes with a subtle internal voice, whispering, "You deserve this." This psychological reward system, often driven by immediate gratification, is a powerful trap. A $500 monthly raise quickly becomes a $400 payment on a new SUV and $100 spent on premium coffee and meal kits. You've absorbed the entire raise into your consumption. Your savings rate remains exactly the same, or maybe it even drops, because the new normal for your spending has been established. This isn't just about small purchases. It's about establishing the ingrained habit of spending everything you earn, regardless of how high your income bracket is. You're constantly moving the financial goalposts on yourself, guaranteeing you never get ahead. This constant need for upward spending momentum is the first silent assassin. It ensures that your income, no matter how high, will always chase your expenses, leaving nothing left for future independence. Second assassin, the social media sickness. We are constantly bombarded by carefully curated images of what successful retirement or successful midlife should look like. We see photos of exotic destination travel, expensive home renovations, and brand new luxury cars. The psychological pressure to keep up with the perceived success of others, known as the keeping up with the Joneses phenomenon, is overwhelming. This constant comparison is a social media sickness that preys on our fear of missing out. You start feeling pressure to keep up with people who, financial research consistently shows, are often broke, buried in debt, and living paycheck to paycheck themselves. They are funding an illusion designed for clicks and likes. The pursuit of these fleeting status symbols provides a quick, temporary hit of dopamine, but that immediate feeling of satisfaction is quickly followed by debt and regret. This is the definition of the hedonic treadmill. You run faster and faster just to stay in the same place of temporary satisfaction. The brand new purchase fades fast, leaving you only with the payments, the insurance costs, and the depreciation. This cycle aggressively drains the capital that should be compounding effortlessly in your investment accounts. Remember this critical truth for long-term happiness. Financial security is quiet. Financial insecurity is loud. Those who flaunt excessive success are often the ones running the hardest just to fund their external image. The deep, lasting peace of mind that genuine financial security provides requires zero external validation. Third assassin, the housing hype. For many, the home is not only the main source of wealth, but also the main source of debt, often secured with a high 30-year mortgage. But relying on home equity alone to fund your retirement is a catastrophic mistake because this form of wealth is inherently illiquid. Your house doesn't generate income and its equity cannot compound in the same way your invested funds in the S&P 500 can. Furthermore, the larger the house you buy, the more debt you take on, the larger the recurring, non-negotiable expenses become. This includes higher property taxes, higher maintenance costs, higher insurance premiums, and higher utility bills. This aggressive overhead consumes your available cash flow, the very flow needed to fund your future independence. You end up being house rich but perpetually cash poor. Instead of your home acting as a fortress of financial security, it functions as a gigantic siphon, pulling liquidity away from your true income-generating investments. We must make the deliberate choice to treat our primary residence as what it truly is, a lifestyle choice, not a foolproof financial security blanket. You need assets that are actually designed to generate income or grow on their own outside of your primary residence. You need liquidity money you can access and spend easily, not just bricks and mortar that require you to sell or borrow. Time to fix the leak and gain control. The path to financial independence and a truly comfortable retirement isn't about the size of your salary. It's about controlling what you keep. This principle is the central tenet of the successful contrarian approach to midlife saving. You need to execute a powerful mental shift. Focus on contentment over consumption. Ask yourself this challenging, clarifying question before every major non-essential purchase. Do I genuinely need this upgrade to enhance my life? Or am I buying it simply to quiet an internal fear of not being successful enough? This mindset pivot leads us to the crucial strategy of simple trade-offs. These are not painful sacrifices. They are small, highly controllable choices that immediately free up huge amounts of cash flow for dedicated investment. For instance, driving a dependable, slightly used car instead of chasing the newest model could be the difference between investing $1,000 to $1,200 a month and investing nothing at all. If you can maintain a quality vehicle for 10 years instead of replacing it every 3, you are effectively giving yourself a 6-figure retirement bonus because that compounding monthly investment is guaranteed. Think about the long-term impact of that monthly difference. If you invest that money consistently, Compounding will work its magic, turning those simple trade-offs into a multi-million-dollar future. Beyond cars, meticulously analyze subscription creep. Those seemingly small recurring payments for streaming services, unnecessary apps, or premium deliveries quickly add up to thousands annually. Canceling just $150 of monthly subscriptions frees up $1,800 annually. Compounded over 20 years at a conservative 7% return, that small cut frees up nearly $74,000 in your pocket, not in a corporation's account. The second crucial half of the path is about fixing the gaping Social Security coverage gap. The average monthly Social Security benefit is only about $2,000 per person. It was designed by law to supplement, not fully replace, your retirement income. If you and your spouse are relying solely on that, you are facing a massive financial gap that your diligent personal savings should cover. And right now, the median U.S. household only has about $87,000 saved, which is woefully short of what is needed for true comfort and security. To gain absolute peace of mind, you need to reverse the damage of lifestyle creep right now. You need to find those simple trade-offs that allow you to consistently put away the critical 16 to 17% of your income for retirement. This practice, this discipline of keeping your core expenses static while your income grows, is what truly guarantees you reach your goals and achieve the independent living you deserve. The journey to $2 million might feel daunting, but the true, empowering milestone is often much smaller, like reaching $500,000 invested. Why? Because once you have a substantial amount invested, compounding really accelerates dramatically. Your initial capital starts working harder for you than you work for it. $500,000 invested can quickly double in about 7 years, based on average market returns. If you achieve that $500,000 invested by age 50, even if you stopped adding new money entirely, you are essentially on track for the full $2 million by the time you retire at 65. This is the power of the snowball effect. The ultimate goal isn't the $2 million itself. The goal is the financial freedom and the profound peace of mind that comes from knowing you control your money rather than your money controlling you through debt and obligation. Stop constantly chasing the newest and flashiest things you see others flaunt. Spend less than you earn. Focus on building real, productive wealth and prioritizing experiences and genuine security that truly matter to you and your family. This dedicated, controlled approach will put millions in your retirement accounts and give you a life that's far more enjoyable and far less stressful than any temporary thrill of a luxury purchase could ever provide. Now, I want to know, what is the real cost of lifestyle creep in your life? What small, specific trade-off, a car upgrade, a recurring subscription, or a non-essential tech purchase are you willing to make today to guarantee your financial independence and peace of mind tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below, and let's start the change together.